California. Welcome to our webinar series in smart manufacturing. Today, I want to be able to discuss with you how to use AI to deliver smart manufacturing starting today. If you're a small manufacturer or a mid-sized manufacturer, by now you must have heard the rave of AI technology and wonder how perhaps you can leverage this technology to really improve your processes, increase your profitability, improve productivity, efficiencies, automate quality, and even bridge a sales gap in your workforce. We want to welcome you to a presentation where we will show some insights that you can adopt to model selective outcomes to determine where you can take advantage of this new technology today. For years, we've helped manufacturers implement ERP systems, but today, ERP alone is just not enough. That's why we're building a smart manufacturing platform for AI. It's a plug-and-play platform of intelligent AI agents that will support your frontline factory operations. We'd like to show you how this AI is reshaping manufacturing and provide some significant ROI benefits. How you can use AI to detect product defects in real time and can monitor, analyze intelligent data to prevent downtime and alert your team early enough. We are rolling out Smart Manufacturing Platform, and we welcome co-partners to join us in this early access rollout to test the platform in your factory live. Let's dive in. Now, let me introduce myself and my team. I'm the owner and CEO of ERTechnologies here, and I'm a chief consultant. My background is I have an MBA degree and with over 2 decades of experience in manufacturing. When I started out, I first graduated and as an MBA graduate and started working in manufacturing at a company called General Electric. Now, I was placed into a program that has very high expectations, extremely high, because as a young college graduate, I was recruited on what was called an executive management program for manufacturing. I got picked as a special teams reporting to the CEO at the time, Jack Welch. Now, the thing is, we were all deployed across various different manufacturing operations, and I got allocated to an aerospace division. Turns out my first day walking into this production meeting where I was introduced as the new executive team member to be able to resolve, and I was picked on and given a task with extremely high difficulty. Turns out for the entire aerospace division, builders of engines, controls, munitions, and other capabilities for both military and commercial, they had a serious problem in that the printed circuit board area that supported all product lines across all divisions was having a quality problem in their printed circuit boards. Task was given to me to fix this problem and turn it around in 6 months. 6 months was what my assignment was supposed to be about, but I could hear the snicker and chatter in the room that says, "Hey, you Jack Welch kid, give it to him. He can fix this thing. He'd better turn this thing around for the entire division." So the mockery and mimicry continued. But nevertheless, it was a high-profile experience for me to be able to cut my skills and hone my skills in manufacturing, starting with this seemingly extreme introduction. Now, along the way, I've worked with different companies and different manufacturers across different industries in manufacturing. Another huge lesson I learned is when I worked at a company called Intel that built microprocessors and memory chips, I was introduced to a concept called Moore's Law about how you will improve memory chips and processors with X factor capability each year on an annual basis. The goal was to be able to double the output and performance capability of a chip every 12 months by 2x, 3x, and factors of multiple X's every year. So with this, as I embarked upon trying to resolve this AI solution and platform, I reflect back on these two experiences as extreme or capabilities in terms of measurable outcomes of where AI would take us. And today, it's brought me to when I'm developing this manufacturing platform with AI, that this is a new way for manufacturing intelligence to enhance and transform manufacturing today. So the target is to use my specialized skills along with my team and transfer this capability to the industry using AI. So with over 2 decades of manufacturing experience and 100 years of consulting capability talent with my team across a variety of industries, I'm looking forward to be able to bring and build this AI platform, which is dedicated to manufacturers. Now, the idea is that this AI platform for manufacturing would be an easy to deploy tool that can move you from concept to operations very rapidly. So with our manufacturing experience and our smart manufacturing rules concept that we've developed over the years that comprise of digital transformation rules concept embedded into how manufacturing should perform, we've developed processes from one-click automation specialty with the capabilities of these smart manufacturing tools and smart manufacturing capabilities. We want to bring to bear all these concepts together in specific AI modules developed for manufacturers. So with this platform, we intend to make it a AI model agnostic concept, where despite the ERP or the legacy system, it will be applicable to various applications. We are integrators of ERP with Oracle and NetSuite and Odoo, but we think that it needs to be agnostic so that it can be deployed more rapidly and easily across many manufacturers. Nevertheless, it can be tailored to suit your specific ERP and integrated with your ERP based on the kind of integration that we want to be able to develop that dedicates to the use alongside your ERP system. The full platform we're looking at has about 12 agents defined. However, for this specific rollout, we're limiting the scope to the 7 agents. I call them a core 7 because when you look at your manufacturing, we're talking about predictive maintenance, which is an essential feature for predicting equipment failures and non-planned downtime with your equipment. It should be one use case. Quality control and inspection of products. So we're using vision technology to detect product defects, whereas we can really improve quality and reduce waste. We also want to expand the scope across supply chain optimization to manage inventory and detect potential disruptions. We're also looking at the opportunities for production and capacity scheduling for factory workloads and redirect decisions that impact by shop floor production that is impacted by bottlenecks. So we can look at opportunities for efficiency improvement. We're also looking to tackle inventory and manage stock and minimize stock outputs and carrying costs. We're also looking to manage sourcing for supplier information for procurement and enhance the profitability for procurement and spend. Then to tie this all together, we want to be able to tie this together with a CFO dashboard that relates to the financial oversight of your manufacturing operation, where you can look at controlling financial costs, your ROI, and having the intelligence across your production framework. Now, as we go forward, we know that manufacturing companies are riddled and under pressure in today's climate. So if your factory teams are still stuck reacting to problems, what if you could use AI to help you predict, prevent, and profit starting today using this new capabilities? Because we know manufacturing is under pressure. There's the labor gaps and skills shortages. quality compliance risks, equipment downtime for unplanned downtime, and the manual operations are insufficient insufficient with automation. So now when you take a step back, we believe it's time to bring AI to bear so that you have an opportunity to stop reacting and start predicting. So as we dive into this problem, we want to show how AI agents can improve yield, can improve uptime, direct with compliance, along with no coding or hardware upgrades in your current system. We want to be able to demonstrate how the use cases of these AI agents in action can develop cost per unit, smart production, and reduce that concept to maximize AI, to maximize ROI, and reduce downtime in your facility. So with this platform, we hope to take a behind-the-scenes look at the platform and how your factory can join a pilot rollout program that we're planning. It will show how the smart manufacturing platform can transform your factories with real-time agents. We're going to look at two use cases, one in quality to manage defect and compliance, and another one in equipment monitoring for equipment maintenance and improve your uptime for factory operation of machines. Now, we believe that reaching out to CFOs, CIOs that drive digital transformation and ROI for your factory is a good start, because the set of users that would be interested and want to be able to take advantage of this AI platform rollout include plant managers, operation directors who are seeking smarter performance, quality, production, and supply chain managers who are looking to improve your schedule and workflow, and also with smart manufacturing leaders in your organizations who are innovative to want to find new process and operations would be a benefit from taking advantage of AI in their operation. So we're looking to accept and talk to these type of people who are looking for AI advancement. Now, as we said, we're trying to model this platform in such a way that it's no code, plug and play platform designed for small and medium-sized manufacturers. You want to keep it functional and simple, but complex and capable enough to handle the capabilities and complexities of a true manufacturing environment. We want to focus on frontline operations, such as quality and equipment maintenance, because these are two key areas. You want to be able to make sure it's seamless with your ERP, any legacy system that you have in your factory, or any other automated systems. So currently, if you are experiencing your factory teams are stuck in reacting to problems, these might be opportunities where you want to consider where AI could help you predict, prevent, and profit from starting today. So when you look at the areas that we're talking about that this platform will serve, we have identified 12 agents that we want to build. And when we say agent, these might be the individual agents, but they are going to have you working in teams. We are looking at predictive maintenance, where you can analyze an IoT data and predict equipment failures, so you can manage the unplanned downtime and extend machine lifespan and lower maintenance costs. We want to be able to consider quality and quality control, where we have in vision system detecting product defects so that you can reduce waste, improve quality, and even warranty claim costs. We're also looking to be able to optimize your supply chain with managing inventory and potential disruptions that can reduce supply chain costs. We're also looking at your production schedule and capacity to manage your factory workload and redirect decisions that are caused by bottlenecks. We're also looking at process optimization, where you can reduce cycle time and yield rates of overall productivity, procurement to manage sourcing and supplier information, so you can reduce costs for expenditures on purchase. We want to be able to manage inventory and manage stock levels where you can manage stockouts and excess inventory and carrying costs. You want to be able to have this platform automate repetitive tasks, so we're considering robotics and automation. We're also looking at your demand forecast models, where you can manage support, planning, and inventory control. We're also looking at alternatives to simulate production by looking at product design and how you reduce time to market in your product design innovation area. You also have the opportunity to optimize energy usage for efficiencies of operation in your plant and cut costs to support environmental sustainability components. We're also looking to how you can use it to monitor and have oversight of your production process to facilitate operational efficiency. And the key thing is to tie this all back together. We mentioned the CFO. We have a CFO dashboard which runs off of profitability, cost management, oversight of your control financials, and intelligence across the entire production process spectrum. So as we go into this platform, what we want to do is take two selective areas to be able to demonstrate AI and the capabilities that are possible. So live today, we want to look at equipment maintenance with AI manufacturing agents and quality and equipment maintenance agents, and how you can have dashboards to be able to run and monitor these operations and processes of agents that will looking at AI and machine learning and the concept of vision. So expanding the capability and the skills gap is a very agile and to develop a more agile and multidisciplinary team for your team inside your factory. Now, as we go forward, let's take a quick look at some of the issues. When it comes to equipment maintenance, the concept and idea is to be able to manage the mean time failures between a machine hours and parts within the system of any particular given machine. In short, to be able to predict maintenance and failure of an asset before it happens and be able to mitigate the risk of that happening, so you don't have managed downtime. It will be looking at, with your current data, what you can have based on runtime hours, etc., to be able to give timely alarms of what has to be impending machine fixes that need to be repaired, so to avoid actual downtime and be having more proactive maintenance on your equipment. Then we're also looking at your quality in terms of, and we've selected a printed circuit board assembly operation with a wave solder machine doing solder joints on circuit boards. This could be a high volume process with the number of parts that is considered coming off your wave solder by integrated serial number of these circuit boards to be able to look at the quality of solder joints and be able to analyze PCB solder defects and classify the defects by type, and also be able to give you report on what the defects are, coordinates, and be able to make recommendations for correction, improvement on the process that impact your quality defect. So as we go forward, let's take a look. The reason why we're having this event is to give an overview of what an AI platform can do for factory process. So we would like to have partners on our manufacturing client community to be able to participate in this rollout, so that you can participate in live environment and get on board learning AI of how it impacts your operation. So we welcome you to our Profit Clinic, where we will help manufacturers uncover hidden costs, operational bottlenecks, profit-killing inefficiencies, and prescribe smart manufacturing AI solutions so you can deploy that into your operation. Now, we're open to early access invite and have only a limited number of space. But what we want to do is cover any use cases that you may have with equipment maintenance, quality control, supply chain optimization, factory floor scheduling and capacity, inventory management, procurement, and pin these to CFO probability forecasts of cost management, so you can have oversight of the financial operations of your entire manufacturing process, your entire manufacturing process, so you can manage profitability and look for opportunities for margin expansion. So we want you to be the first to deploy agents that detect defect and uptime alerts, provide a dashboard visualization and act on shop floor data in real time, and also minimize the disruption. So the pilot program is all about joining us to develop this platform for manufacturers with AI. You'll be able to have support during this trial and deployment on your AI journey, so to be part of a published use case as we go forward. We believe we can co-create together with your production team and see some result in as early as 30 days with no disruption to your current systems. So how do we go about this? We want to look at building a business value roadmap. And what we look at, we will do an analysis alongside with you based on your current data set. We will collect the data, visualize and contextualize the data so we can understand it and be able to have a better way of predicting and controlling your solution of AI and your AI outcomes. Now, as we look at this, part of the business value roadmap is about assessing where you are today. So we look at your various areas in terms of the revenue, your risk, and your costs, and do an analysis to generate a ROI roadmap. And it's all based on the pain areas and areas of opportunity inside your current operations. Now, as we said about this business value roadmap, we have developed what we call a heat map performance of the areas and priority that you may have in your current system. It's about analyzing the backlog based on its priority and to be able to quickly identify areas that will produce the greatest wins or fastest wins. And this will be assessing the best outcome result of your most rapid AI outcome. So let's go right into it. So now today we want to show the demo, and we will show a brief overview based on the quality standpoint and also the equipment maintenance standpoint. So let's switch over to our AI dashboard. Here we have our AI dashboard where there's a series of agents already built that will demonstrate the functionality of the platform as we have it so far. Now, if you look on this dashboard, you'll see a lot of different agent builds, but the two key ones that we want to talk about today and illustrate is Mike, the equipment maintenance agent, and the quality inspection agent for solder joints. Let's take a look at Mike, the equipment agent first. As you can see here, Mike is an employee, technically, but he's an agent who has a role. He has a specific set of tasks, and he has specific instructions on how he would go about his job on a day-to-day basis with coordination across the factory from other players, whether it's human or non-human in terms of agents. And Mike also has a tool set, because we have to have tools to be able to work with to do things. So we have Mike having as a schedule, maintenance schedule. He has capability for creating requisitions for parts, spare parts, and also be able to allocate and create work orders for repairs for equipment. And the goal is to minimize downtime. He has a concept of how he performs all this, but he's given a tool, knowledge base, and trigger points on how he will execute against the requirements that is asked of it. So as we go to the run to see how Mike operates, we may start out with Mike by having a conversation. And it's as if you're talking to any employee and you say, hey, Mike, can you give me a repair schedule for the entire plant for the month of July, for example? Mike will perform a background analysis right? And he's checking at everything that he has at his disposal, which is what the equipments are, who the suppliers are, where to find spare parts, what spare parts come with this, and the schedule for maintenance that's recommended by the manufacturer to have a system of which and how he can coordinate supply and supply of spare parts, operations of the equipment in terms of schedule and uptime in the factory, etc. So he's given real instructions on how to go about his job. And you can see Mike comes back and give you a brief overview of what he's found in terms of for the month of July. Hey, only these two machines. He's also given you information that, okay, every machine that he's checked is got 100% blessing that no operation or maintenance is needed for the month of July. He can give you that kind of information. Now, as Mike go forward, there's a series of action items that he can perform to be able to accomplish his work. And as you have subsequent conversation with Mike based on his findings and his report back to you, you can determine what next steps ought to be taken. At this point, Mike is given, after conversation and course discussion with Mike, you can see some of the discussion thread right here about finding this out and doing this, etc., and the number of steps he performs to get stuff done before he comes back with an update. The update that he has, he finds out that there's for the two operations or two machines that needed scheduling maintenance require, what parts are needed based on his analysis of, hey, these are coming up on time to replace these components in these different machines. So he does that analysis and he's calculating this based on equipment, components, and the mean time between failure for some of these components based on the manufacturer's spec of longevity of these spare parts. So now he comes back and he gives an information as to which machines that needs to be working, what is the state of inventory of spare parts to repair these machines, and determine that he has to take action on some parts because they're not in stock. So here's a full description of what he's found so far. On one equipment, which is an oven, spare parts are required. He has who the supplier of these different spare parts are, and he's going to make recommendations on when to purchase these to bring them in for July 5th maintenance of the machine. So he has access to lead time of supply, where supply is coming from, what supplier, etc., and fulfilling the obligations of getting repairs done by machine. The same here is for purchase requisition. If he has a great requisition for because the parts does not exist in stock, they have to be bought and shipped in. He's able to do that and provide that information as well. And same for the wave sorter machine. So he's created purchase requisition and he's created work orders of when he needs parts in the house so he can schedule repairs, all the while with informing the production planner of where he stands of being repairing some of these components, some of these machines that are going to impact his production schedule as he plans for his execution on a daily basis. These are for the equipment oven, spare parts, creation of the work order, who's the assigned technician to be able to work on it because they're qualified, and securing the proper approvals for these work orders and technicians to go and execute the repair, etc. when there's a parts arrival in the stock and against for the scheduled repair date of the machine. Here we see for the wave sorter, parts list of spare parts required to complete this operation, the repair process. Now, in talking with Mike, we have accommodated all these different outcomes and results, right? Work orders can be executed to the assigned technician on the right time. And what's not here is the communication capability with the production planner that says, hey, your factory operation, you're going to need to have downtime repairs on two machines right here. And they're informed so they can plan their schedule for uptime accordingly based on the repairs of machines that are going to be unavailable at a certain time. So he reacts to that because Mike, the agent, has given him that information and he can react with it. He's either going to be a human or another AI agent that has a certain set of rules on how to execute the tasks at hand, whether it's a work order or a purchase requisition for the buyer, etc. Now let's go back out and look at the quality agent. So we go back to our dashboard list and we look for quality agent. This agent is going to be inspecting solder joints on circuit cards. He knows the part numbers of the circuit cards. He knows what are the standards for high quality based on customer requirements or impending industrial capability, because obviously you're supplying military and commercial customers. They have different standards on circuit quality solder for boards. So it makes sense to differentiate so you can get captured efficiently that way. So here the quality inspector is given a role. He has an objective and a description of how what his jobs are and any special instructions. He can come back and put in together exceptions of what he finds and have a detailed analysis process of determining what's quality, what's a major critical, and what's a low profile critical or a defect. Or he's classifying the defects that as he finds. So throughout this vision system, which is his eyes to the operation, he's able to do this in real time, very quickly, and there's no fatigue or time. So when you look at the capability of the agents, working 24/7, being able to look at details in depth and having it right away and reporting right away, so you can get an answer of where your definitive plan times are. And this is what AI does for you. So as we go forward, we see this inspector. He's an educated inspector. He has an idea of how to improve products while in motion. And here's some example of his findings of what has to be repaired by what purchase parts are not in inventory that you need to be able to execute and schedule the repair of these circuit card assemblies by circuit boards. Now, if we do a process to find out how does it go about this, and you look at here's our infection request that we started out with. So Mike is given images to process of the products, namely circuit cards by serial number, and specifically what's required on these boards by serial number, these circuit cards by serial number. So here you have on circuit card with serial number 1, he's found this many defects, major defects, and he's also working on how to qualify quality of these solder joints. Here are his findings, and he determined based on circuit board circuit cards by serial number, what are the coordinates, including the pins and components of IC of the integrated circuit that requires monitoring for workload and improvement of efficiency. We can determine how critical it is by classifying as major, minor, etc., what has to be done. So in a thorough explanation of the AI results for the summary agents looking at circuit cards coming off the wave sort machine, he's identified the specific number of agents he's looked at, what has defect, what has minor, what has major. He's able to classify any issues, the type of defect we're looking at, whether it's insufficient solder by type, alignment of components, etc. He's providing the coordinates on the circuit cards for that information. He's also been trained on what are the concepts of good, bad, and what's the standard for the product that he's inspecting for. He'll go out and give you the detailed findings of what he's found, specific issues, the coordinates, specific coordinates by component on the circuit card, and can identify the specific issues or problems with the defects that he's found for on the circuit board, whether they're major, minor, etc. And he does a detailed finding by report, by serial number of each component and each circuit card in the industry. And all the while, keep in mind that he can report and hand off to the appropriate, suitable, qualified agent or human at his disposal to execute the specifics of getting the repair done. Can be another agent who's a robotics agent that says, here's the feedback, you have to correct all these areas right here. Or it's done by a human with a report and an analysis of graphics of what to do, exactly how to do it, when they're doing it, because they're qualified to do it and they're trained to do it. So these are the concept of the dashboard that we're building for AI agents for manufacturing. And looking at these two samples, let's now go back to a presentation of what we want to accomplish. How are we going to do this? What's involved? Because as you've seen from this demo, what we want to do is to be able to have early adopters joining us in this AI development of this AI platform for smart manufacturing. We have a limited spot. So the initial, we want to look for 3 to 5 case studies, clients to work with who are anxious to begin an AI journey and develop a use case on how we can help them. There are options in how we go about this. So if you're not an early adopter, we can put you on a wait list for subsequent working with you coming up. But first, we want to be able to define how we're going to work together, whether it's going to be we put together the augment the AI plan and you do it yourself, or you can augment and we work with your technical team, your SMEs by working together, or we can work alongside you and educate, train, and work with you to be able to develop your AI capability. So it's a matter of where you want to start your AI journey. And we have to review your product line setup, your pain points, by going through the business value process analysis to determine the specific use case that's going to be beneficial for you and how you start your AI journey. So what we're doing is we want you to give us a call and book a time to be a book a discussion where we can determine how to develop a pilot plan for you to be able to begin your AI journey. Here is our number, our location. You can book us a call. We'd love to talk with you, myself and my team, and we can go from there to be able to get you on your AI journey. Now, this is the meeting notice. You can either book a session there directly with us. If we don't have any sessions available, we'll put you on a wait list on when we can work with you. But we'll go through the business road value map to determine the process and how we can work together and how it's going to benefit you. We also have resources at our disposal that we're going to be sending in our YouTube channel, videos of what this AI journey is going to be all about in terms of the topics we cover in our profit clinic sessions, what we find from our development of this AI platform. And we also have a LinkedIn newsletter that we'd like you to subscribe to. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the LinkedIn newsletter, and we can go from there and keep in touch. And we can always have your pending AI journey begin, even if you're not one of the early adopters. So we can waitlist you for the opportunity to start developing your AI journey. There's also an opportunity to do a self-assessment so you can follow and use your business value roadmap and look at your heat map to determine your opportunities where you want to start and go from there as well. So this is our contact information, our YouTube channel, our LinkedIn